नमस्ते, मेरा नाम मीना है और मैं हिंदी पढ़ रही है हूँ. My name is Mina. I am currently learning Hindi. I live in the United States, and that's a good introduction for anyone that doesn't know me. Uh, so, an update. I have officially finished my first Rosetta Stone Hindi course. So I finished all the like beginner stuff, and I'm now at the intermediate level. Um, and I have started learning things like how to say "I teach." So I am currently not teaching anything that I know how to say in Hindi, but if that does happen, I will know how to say it. Also, in further development, I have a tutoring session on Monday for Hindi. It's going to be my first Hindi tutoring session. Uh, so, so that's really exciting. I can't wait to go to get corrected from what I'm saying, and then hopefully after I have this tutoring session, the next time I set a time to talk to my Hindi speaking partner, um, I can uh, do it a little better. I had this cool experience when I went to the Indian grocery store where they were talking about me in Hindi. So I was sitting there while they're trying to figure it out, and they're speaking to each other, and they're speaking to each other in Hindi. And I understood some of it. It was so exciting. I mean, it was like definitely this like mixture of English and Hindi that I've come to learn is like pretty typical in uh, various like TV shows, and especially in the United States where they're still largely speaking both Hindi and English, so they just kind of switch mid sentence, which is reassuring because then it allows me the possible flexibility to talk to them in the future. And when I forget something, I can just switch into English. With Hindi, I have been learning to use a different syntax structure. It's a different way of constructing sentences. So I currently am having to reprogram my mind to operate in a subject, object, verb uh, word order, as opposed to English, which is subject, verb, object. And this is also subject, verb, object is how many languages operate. However, most languages have a level of flexibility as because they have more grammatical information in the words being used. So, for instance, in Hebrew, you can say "Ani ohevet otcha," I love you, and I can also say "otcha ani ohevet." So then it would be object, subject, verb. And most people speak modern Hebrew in a certain sentence structure that's influenced by the arrival of various other linguistic groups. And there's also the example of German, which typically does have a uniform sentence structure of subject, verb, object. However, when there are secondary verbs, the secondary verbs almost always come at the end of a sentence. And so the arrangement of information, even especially in German, can be very up in flux because the words are all conjugated for what they're talking about. So if I'm talking about myself, I conjugate it a certain way. If I'm talking about you, a thing as the object, I'm conjugating a certain way. Also, you conjugate it differently if there's a direct object or an indirect object, which essentially means whether or not you're passively or actively referring to something. Uh, so yeah, it's been pretty exciting so far learning Hindi. I love it so much. It's a really great adventure for my brain, and as a polyglot, it's nice to branch out from Afro-Asiatic and European languages into the Indian languages, and who knows, maybe someday I'll be able to learn like Malayalam, which is spoken by the Jewish community in India. Um, yeah, I think that's all I have for now. Namaste.